I'm just gonna wait for everybody to pour in.
Okay.
We are live on Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, and of course, Periscope viewers, you're seeing this on Twitter. It's been a while since I actually did Pardes live during the day because we've been doing these every I've been doing these every weeknight, and then I kind of I put a break on it for about a month. But his name is Exequiel, and Exequiel is, we're actually here in Peru. We're at the top business school in the entire Latin America, and I was having a really interesting conversation. Exequiel has done a lot in accomplished a lot in Peru and Argentina. He knows a lot about us to experience a little bit of it. So
Oh,
first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself for our viewers. Most of them are actually back in the United States.
okay.
So they're really interested. I said I was going to Peru, and everyone was like so interested. What it's going to be like? What's the economy like? I mean, even Argentina, especially, is even more interested.
Well, yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Ezekiel. I'm actually from Argentina, and I've been living here in Peru for the last 5 years. So it gave me a great opportunity to learn. Well, my background is in international relations, so I study a lot all the political issues down in Argentina, in the world, in Latin America. And yeah, I study a lot on the issue on inflation actually in Argentina, which it historically has been one of the main issues causing troubles in the economy, and it's one of the problems that most people is concerned of in the country.
Yeah. How, what's we talked a little bit about like the dollar to the peso in Argentina.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned to you, in Argentina, people's mindset is to save in US dollars mostly, because through the history there has been a lot of surprise devaluations. So one day you went to bed and your currency was something, and the next morning, due to suddenly changing the politics, it worth less than you had the day before. So people start focusing really on dollars, and especially when there are political issues, people start buying dollars, buying dollars. So somehow the government has to stop that. Currently now in the market, there is, in the official market, there is the $1 is around 62 to 63 pesos, depending.
Insane, and that's compared to what was.
On the worst moment of our crisis in 2004, actually, it was kind of, we have a big crisis in 2001 that we declared default, going after a process of convertibility in which 1 peso was $1. But in the worst
It was 1 peso, $1.
$1 during the
Wow.
90s.
Wow, that's not so long ago.
No, and then after the crisis, on the worst part of the crisis was 4 pesos, $1. So it wasn't that bad, and you can imagine that at that point we were in default, so we weren't paying our debtors our debts. And now, through all the inflation processes that we've been having, and helped by external factors, the interest rate, and causing that to all the investors move the money from Argentina to countries like the United States, it make it rise to up to 62 pesos. But also now there is something that is worth to mention. Now with the new government that it's started last month, there are being different policies, and one of the policies, for example, is if you are to happen, it's black markets are starting to create, because also our like ARS, which is called AFIP, is starting to control more, so people goes into the black market in order to get the US dollars.
Oh my gosh. So do you think this is going to keep getting worse? Is it going to become like Venezuela, you think?
Maybe if politics like the ones that we have go in a really long term, it could end up being like Venezuela. I hope we don't finish like that, because after living here in Peru, immigration from Venezuela who came here, it will be something really sad to see. But the issue it's has to be how the society reacts over there, and if they put in a stop, and how far the government goes.
What's the government like right now? It's like a more like a socialist leaning
It is a more leaning to the socialism. We just finished a period of a government more turning to the right, who kept some of the social policies that we had before, but they tried first of all to open the market, the Argentinian market, to the world, and try to cast some investors from outside, something that the previous government kind of banned in order to protect the local industry. And then, well, now we have to see how they react on foreign policies, because this government is brand new, and now we are here in summer vacations, so pretty much during January and February it doesn't happen much. We have to see what happens in March when all the activities begin again.
And then compared to, and I know we don't have a lot of time, so also a lot of people there are people asking questions. I wanna also be able to answer some of the questions. So how would you compare their government to the new Peruvian government that's in place right now, and the economy and how that's affecting the economy?
Something the Peruvian economy is like the strongest, or maybe if it's not the most strongest, the stablest economy down in Latin America. For example, something that happened that to me was really interesting is that in 2 months ago, the president shut down the Congress, and instead people going crazy and start burning tires or something that I would used to see in Argentina. Nothing happened. The sol, which is the Peruvian currency, actually raised a couple of points,
wow.
and the economy seems like nothing happened. But in Peruvian, well, there is a lot of corruption, especially after the Albeiro case that they need to work through. And from my perspective, my point of view, they need to broaden a little bit more their economy, because they are just focused on mining. 60% of the economy is that, and I think they should reinforce more industry.
What kind of industries do you think?
Well, especially value to all the minerals that we're taking. Like instead of selling the copper, for example, to China for them to make the wires, we should be the ones creating or building the wires, stuff like that.
Yeah, more like just keeping building within these industry. Okay,
Yeah.
Ezequiel's really busy. He has to go. So I know that there are so many questions. I'm so sorry that we actually probably not be able to answer most of your questions, but maybe like one or two.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure,
like-
no problem.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to the top. Joe, thank you so much, Joe. Thanks for your kind wishes. And okay. Do you like Alberto Fujimori?
No. In a way, he was good for the economy, but then he did some like bad things and committed some crimes. So no.
Okay, is cryptocurrency playing a significant role in avoiding the faults that come with centralized monetary policy?
Not really. Cryptocurrencies doesn't have a big effect in Latin America yet.
Okay, do you think it will?
Maybe in the future, but not for now. For now, we are more based in normal or traditional currencies.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's good. Thank you so much.
problem.
Thanks. That was really awesome, and thanks guys for joining. See you guys later. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye.